Hey guys, how's it going? Nick here, and first off I want to apologize for how late this video is. I originally wanted to record a lot of Anthem gameplay footage for you guys and show you every aspect of the demo itself, but my PC was running into the issues at the start of the demo, and unfortunately I had to reset my whole entire PC, so I lost a lot of the footage that I had recorded. Not really too much of a loss because the way that I had recorded it, the video was kind of choppy and not up to the quality that I wanted. So the only thing I do have is the VODs from my Twitch stream playing Anthem. So again, if you guys haven't followed my Twitch, please be sure to go to it in the description down below. I'm going to be streaming a lot more Anthem during the free play demo and when the game gets released. But anyways, I want to use this video to talk about my experiences playing the first VIP demo for Anthem. And I wish I could tell you guys that I had a better experience than all of the other people complaining about the game with the infinite load screens and all of the other issues that were riddled into the demo, but unfortunately I cannot. I was probably dealing with these issues the most out of all of my friends playing this demo. I was constantly dealing with the infinite load screens. I wasn't able to connect to the EA services themselves, and when I would reset the game, I would also have issues getting into my Origin account. So already off to a very rough start, not even able to play the game for the first 5 hours of the demo. I think I maybe got 4 games at the first night of it. The second day and the third day, I was actually pretty busy, so unfortunately I wasn't able to play that much of the demo, but what I could get in, I was able to have a really, really good time. For those of you that don't know, this game is being developed by BioWare. They are the masterminds behind the Dragon Age series and Mass Effect series, and Mass Effect series is probably my favorite series of all time. I think Mass Effect 2 was probably one of my top 5 games of all time, and I had expected a lot from BioWare. They really did Mass Effect dirty with Mass Effect Andromeda. It was such a disappointing experience, and I thought that BioWare was going to be done at that point because they are with EA. Fortunately, though, they were given another chance with Anthem, and this seems to be their last chance at success. We all know what happens when companies that are under EA release really shitty games. They get closed down or get sent to other projects that aren't necessarily what they normally create, and it's unfortunate, but this is what EA does. We are no strangers to this. But the reason that I bring up Mass Effect is Mass Effect Andromeda, it had a lot of issues. There were a lot of problems with it. It wasn't that great of a game, but the combat is really where that game shined. The combat of the game was very fun. It was fluid. It was fast-paced. It was everything that I wanted in a Mass Effect game. And they brought some of those things into Anthem and really turned up the dial. It feels new. It feels fun. It feels upgraded. It's a really good time. This game is centered around the 4 different types of javelins that you can fly around in, each having their own pros and cons and abilities that work well with one another. The whole game is based off of prime and detonator combos. For those of you that don't know, there are certain combos in the game or abilities like ice abilities or electric abilities that stun enemies. It sort of primes them up for a combo. And there are certain other abilities like explosives or things like that that detonate primed enemies. So the whole game is revolved around freezing your enemies and then pulling off a very detonating combo for explosive damage. And this game does this really well. Each different class has its own set ways to prime and detonate players. So it really forces you to collaborate with your team and use your abilities with one another so you can efficiently destroy your enemies. And like I said, this is where I think Anthem really shines because each javelin feels different. Each one has its perks and its reasons for using them, and they all look incredibly fun. That's the thing. When I have a difficult time with choosing a class in a game, I know that the game is good because it offers a lot of different variety. You can either be the fast interceptor or the big tanky colossus or even the all-around ranger. There's a whole bunch of different ways you can take on the combat in Anthem. This game also looks incredibly beautiful, and just flying around this giant new world is entertaining enough for me. I would just find myself flying around for 10-15 minutes, not really doing any of the missions, not doing anything, but just seeing everything that this world has to offer. It is so beautiful. There's a lot of different verticals to it, so you could be at the bottom and have a different mission and go all the way to the top of a waterfall and have different enemies and a different event play out. And I don't know, I think that's really cool. It might be a little gimmicky, might feel a little boring hours down the line, but for now I'm enjoying myself a lot. Now, during this demo, we only got 3 missions and a stronghold mission. For those of you that don't know, strongholds are basically the raids of this game. They are the Nightfall strikes that are in Destiny. They are a mission that are supposed to be completed with a group of high-level enemies. There's going to be a lot of different puzzles, mechanics, stronger enemies that you have to face off, and this is where most of the endgame content is going to come from, going to the higher difficulties and trying to defeat these strongholds, trying to get the best loot for your javelin. And I didn't really have an issue with the stronghold itself. I actually think that that was my favorite thing about Destiny was the strikes, so I think I'm going to have a lot of fun grinding out these strongholds with my team and trying to grind out the best loot possible. And I think that that's why I like Destiny 2 so much, is I like a game with a grind. I like grinding in a game and feeling powerful at the very end. Destiny sort of fulfilled that role. It wasn't the best in the category, and eventually I did fall off of it, but this game seems to have followed Destiny 2's roadmap, and they're putting their own spin on it, and I think that they can make this a lot more enjoyable for the player and actually make them keep coming into play. Now, we don't know too much about the microtransaction plan that they have incorporated, but they have told us that it's only going to be cosmetic only, so I really hope that they stick to that because we don't need another pay-to-win system in a looter-shooter genre game. So we only got 3 days into the demo. We got a few missions and we're able to fly around and do some of the world events. There was a lot of bugs and a lot of infinite loading screens happening to a lot of players, and it's good to see that the head of live services at BioWare is communicating with us every day of the demo. They released a sort of update, things that they are working on, and at the very end they had an open letter apologizing for a lot of the problems that a lot of players were having, and they wanted to talk about how they're going to fix this going forward. And they were very transparent with us by telling us that this infinite loading screen, we weren't predicting something like this would happen. It's only affecting a small number of people. We are going to actively work on this, make sure that this doesn't happen at launch. But this is an issue that can't be solved in a weekend. So this thing might affect us during the free demo that everybody's going to be jumping in on, but it's interesting to see that they're being transparent with us. They're talking to us. They're letting us know ahead of time that something like this is going to happen again, but we are actively working to fix it. This is a breath of fresh air in the community. It's nice to see that a company from EA is talking to the players and the people interested in the game and trying to ease their frustrations about the demo itself. This game is very early on. It's a demo. Mistakes happen. Things are supposed to go wrong, so they can be fixed. So it's good that there is a demo in place so they can fix these problems, and they're talking about it with us. Communication like this is vastly important to keeping games like this alive. Live services where you want the players to log in every day and keep playing, grinding in, trying to unlock what you programmed into the game. In order to keep the players interested, you have to communicate them. You have to tell them what fixes are in the game, what you're planning on doing about it. You want to give them the ease of mind that the game that they just spent $60 on is going to get better. In fact, I really hope that companies like Bethesda look at this and copy their practices, because every game could use a lot more communication in the community. But anyways, that's going to do it for this video. I just wanted to give you guys some of my impressions on the 3-day demo that we got. I unfortunately wasn't able to get all of the best content for you guys, but the demo is going to be this weekend, and as long as the issues don't persist, I should be able to get that content for you guys. If you guys want to follow me on my Twitch, Twitter, I will be updating whenever I go live for Anthem, so you guys could be the first ones to know about it. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you guys are new here. It really helps the channel and really gives me a boost in confidence so I can create more videos for you guys. All right, I want to thank you guys for checking out this video, and I will see you in the next one.